I have an observation. Hey, you guys, chime in, please, if you want. This is not a debate, just an observation. Deuteronomy 6:12. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. Okay, I have a question about that. I visit Egypt, and I felt a lot of energy there for the specific areas in that grid that I was called to visit. I'm very grateful. My dilemma is, how is it that slavery, slavery, this Bible that speaks about not forgetting that they were brought out of a country and out of slavery, but to be an African kidnapped and forced into slavery into a whole nother land, then told to read this book that a king made into a version that resonates for their will. It's like this. I read a letter from a slave that said, why isn't your God letting us free like how you're free? Like, how is it that you want me to read this book, this Bible book? I have nothing against the Bible. I love the word. But it's just whoever wrote this particular one in Deuteronomy. It's like the slave was like, we're praying to the God that you told us to pray to, but your God is not allowing us to be free. And then there's this contradicting scripture in Deuteronomy that says, do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery, just to put us back in slavery. I don't understand that. And I need help with that. I'm not arguing at all. I just want clarification because it's confusing me. You see how that go? Because when I was in Egypt, it felt like someone came into that country, saw that they are celebrating and worshiping a whole lot of type of energy that they give way to: air, water, fire, earth, sun, star, planets. There were many gods that represent the energy that illustrate their entire community. And they were like, it's too many of them to keep up with, so we're just going to do away with all of that and just have one God. Because I can't keep up with all this, all these gods. It's too many of them. You got the cow, you got the lion, you got the sun, you got the moon, you got the crocodile. It's too many of them. So we're just going to say it's only one God. And I feel like that whole thing just caused that whole thing to fall. It was like, oh, really? And it all fell down. It was a big old war because you're trying to, like, all these centuries and centuries before the Bible was even created, we had our belief system, our galactic belief system that connected us to this vibration of this magnetic earth. And you want to come here and say it's only one? Oh, well, I appreciate that. I believe there's one that's ahead of a whole lot of many things. And for you to say, don't forget that the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of slavery, just to take us back into slavery. And we're praying to remember what you said, not to forget. And my people died on a land that ain't even theirs in slavery that you taught. What? You see how that go? What are your thoughts on that? Because I believe that God did not write the Bible, but these are words that were given to seers and prophets of God's chosen. And they were picked and pruned and poked at all over different versions that fit for their ruleship, to keep people in bondage, in slavery, in fear of the truth of life, existence, and how we even coexist with the universe. That's just, it's a lot more. I don't wish to express too much more emotions on this because it's heavy. I just want your thoughts and some clarification. Hey, and there's no right or wrong in this situation. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just interpretation of my intuition and what I felt when I was on the land in Egypt, Cairo, Luxor, and what I felt, and just the stories of, what I've read, what I've heard, what I saw. It's too many gods to keep up with, so we're just gonna say one. That was actually done over there. And I feel like that was the war. That was the fall. Now, I don't know about Pharaoh and letting people go, and I don't know how deep that story is. I wasn't there. But it just seems to me that somebody came in and they overstepped boundaries on a territory that is beyond their conscience of even understanding how it even happened. And they just made up their own, understanding of it, which has been the lie, or the confusion rather, that's been spread all over the globe. Because that same continent, that same land, people were stolen from and moved over to all throughout the world to be slaves. But you want me to not forget that? What? Oh, okay. All right. I won't forget. I will not forget. And it sounds to me like a community of people were building in these kingdoms and empires. And a hater came in and was like, hey, did you know that you can be free and on your own? You don't have to be no slave to that Pharaoh. And they're like, what you talk about? We've been building these pyramids for dynasty. This is our kingdom. I mean, we tell the stories. We exchange golds across the river over there. We rub shoulders with the Greeks and the Roman folks. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? You could be free. You don't have to listen to that Pharaoh. They're making you a slave. Why are you wanting to work so hard out here in this sun, making this clay and building these walls? Like, what are you doing? That sound like that. And they came in and interrupted an entire empire. That's what it sounded like to me. And you were slaves and you need to be let go. They got the main one and told them what he needed to do. And then they just ruined the whole thing. Like, this is before Jesus was even a thought. And the Egyptians, were like, I don't know what they were like, but it just felt like somebody came in and told the people, y'all are really slaves and you don't have to listen to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh was like, what? Queen Nefertiti was like, what? Who is that? And so, that's just something to think about. I don't know, y'all. What's y'all thoughts on that? Let me know. Y'all chime in. Like I said, right or wrong. It sounds like a flim-flam to me. It started with, remember, I let y'all out from being slaves to, let me take y'all over here. Y'all be my slaves and just, what I'm saying? It sounds like a flim-flam. But y'all let me know, right? What you got to say. And I speak with a lot of love. So hopefully you guys won't take offense. Please don't take offense. It's all love, okay? God is love. And I love you guys. Talk to you later.